What is going on, everybody? We're here. We're live. Jay doesn't even have a hat on this morning.
No, and I
He's
need my
rocking the cut with the Superman curl. What's
freaking
up,
need my
Jay?
glasses on. Hey, what's up?
He's going full Clark Kent on us today.
Maybe. Who knows?
Are those glasses so that your eyes don't get hurt by looking at a computer screen?
Yeah. I get
Blue
like
light
migraines,
glasses.
man. Like, I don't know what it is. Just recently. It's just old age, I guess.
Yeah, you're getting old, man. You're
Yeah.
getting old. It
Yeah.
just is what it is, man. What are you supposed to
I
do?
know. You got to adjust and change with life, I guess. That's just how it is.
I'd rather be stubborn and just increasingly have my eyesight get worse and worse and worse to the point where I can barely focus on anything. That's really where it is now. Because I've been looking at so many damn computer screens. I looked at a lot of computer screens under artificial lighting when I was in the military, and now that's pretty much all I've done since I've gotten out. So yes, it sucks. It's called getting old, which isn't fun.
No.
At least I'm not really looking forward to it. But hey, some people can have great, long, healthy lives, even in old age. We've got somebody who lived a very long time, a Hollywood legend who tragically passed away today. And whenever you hear somebody that's 95 years old, a legendary actor, it's always, sad that they're gone. But this is obviously a little bit different when it comes to Gene Hackman, because unfortunately, it's not just him that passed away. It was his wife and their dog. And we'll get into all of that. But R.I.P. Gene Hackman.
Yeah, man.
Undoubtedly a legendary actor.
Yeah. It's so I was like looking at some of the movies he was in. Unforgiven and Crimson Tide, probably my two favorite. I never saw The French Connection. Did you see
that
The
was
French
back in
Connection?
like the 70s or whatever, right?
Right. That Unforgiven is just incredible.
Growing up in Indiana, I'm a little partial to Hoosiers.
Hoosiers was great.
In terms of a sports movie, in terms of an Indiana movie, stuff like that. I was always pretty we used to have to, everybody used to have to watch that movie when I was in school, just because it was Indiana.
Did you ever see The Quick and the Dead? I really like that film.
Yeah.
Russell Crowe is in that, and The Art of the Quick Draw, Leonardo DiCaprio. The Art of the Quick Draw, man. I thought that was like such an underrated movie, but a lot of people haven't seen that. Of course, he played Lex Luthor in the Superman films.
Yeah, obviously, we talk a lot about comic book movies and stuff like that, and him being Lex Luthor, obviously iconic for us for a lot of reasons as well. So R.I.P. Yeah, I mean, he hasn't acted in a while. He was 95.
You know what they did? Like, you remember, maybe it was last year. Like, you haven't heard from Gene Hackman in a few years, and then he went out for like a burger or something.
Somebody takes a random picture of him,
and he's all like messed up, and you're just like, dear God, man, let the man enjoy his burger. Like, he gave us hours and years of entertainment.
I hate some of these things where it would be like, what happened to Jim Carrey? And they'll show a picture from when he was 20 and when he's like 55, and it's like
he got
aged.
Well, either that or it's like, somebody's making a Walmart trip, so they're in their sweatpants and they're like, this guy looks like he's got a medical condition now. They don't have all the makeup from their movies on. They look like
can't believe this 93-year-old at Walmart looks like a 93-year-old.
Right, exactly. So they're like, something's wrong with Gene Hackman. But then, it's like, man, let the guy enjoy his burger. What the heck? We
might as well get started off with that since we're already talking about it.
Yeah, sorry.
This was the news a lot of us woke up to this morning. Gene Hackman sadly had passed away, but it wasn't just him. It was also his wife. Both of them found dead at their homes. Gene Hackman, 95 years old. His wife was much younger, in her 60s, I believe. And so that obviously you're thinking, what in the world is going on? Then you find out a little bit more that actually the dog that was there is also, dead in the house. So one of the first things that a lot of people left to, and apparently that his family suspects, is potentially carbon monoxide. maybe an accident, something like that occurred. It's still all under investigation.
Yeah.
So, obviously when you hear stories like that, there's going to be speculation about what happened. The police said they don't suspect any type of foul play. They do probably think it was an accident like this, but it's still under investigation. But actor Gene Hackman and wife Betsy Arakawa found dead in Santa Fe home. Actor Gene Hackman and his wife Betsy had been found dead in their home in Santa Fe. Santa Fe County Sheriff Aiden Mendoza confirmed just after midnight Thursday, local time, the couple had died along with their dog. Statement from the Santa Fe Sheriff's Office read, on February 26th at approximately 1:45 p.m., deputies were dispatched to an address on Old Sunset Trail in Hyde Park where Gene Hackman and his wife Betsy and a dog were found deceased. Foul play is not suspected as a factor in those deaths at this time. However, exact cause of death has not been determined. So obviously it's more than just a 95-year-old actor passing away. There's more stuff involved, but obviously sad for the family and any friends that they had. But, Gene Hackman was a part of some incredible movies. I don't think there's ever been a bad Gene Hackman role. I don't think he's ever given a bad performance in any movie that I could possibly imagine. And very, very sad. Very sad.
How does that work? Did someone not see him get his mail, or did the mail start piling up at their home and someone's like, hey, we need to do a wellness check? Let's call and maybe just go over and make sure everything's okay. I don't see their dog running around outside. Is that probably how it worked? Or
could be anything. Could be that family had tried to get a hold of him and he hadn't been calling them back for a day or two, so they requested somebody go out. It could be anything.
Yeah.
We don't really know. But yeah, very sad indeed. The iconic actor enjoyed a career that spanned more than 6 decades. Along the way, he received 2 Academy Awards, 2 BAFTAs, 4 Golden Globes, and a Screen Actors Guild Award. He won Best Oscar for his role in The French Connection, and another for Best Supporting Actor for playing Little Bill Daggett in Clint Eastwood's Western film Unforgiven in 1992.
Yeah, Unforgiven was that last 15 minutes of Unforgiven. It's like some of the best cinema ever. You think they don't make actors like this anymore. Tom Cruise is probably the last one, maybe, of a dying breed of actors that actually act. That take pride in all their roles, things like that. It's
well, and
maybe,
some people
maybe
some
Harrison
people
Ford is on that list too, but
some people want to keep doing it until they're gone, right? And Gene Hackman about 20 years ago said he was pretty much ready to hang it up. He's probably thought because of the workload, because of all that stuff, he didn't want to give bad performances, and he just said, that's it.
Right.
I think I've done enough and I'm happy with it. And he kind of retired from acting. So he hasn't acted in about 20 years. So
yeah, what was his last film? I can't even see. The Replacements, was that it? Under Suspicion came out in 2000. Runaway Jury was 2003. I'm not seeing Welcome to Mooseport. That was 2000.
Welcome to Mooseport was probably the last thing he did.
Yeah, that was 2004. I didn't even see that.
Yeah. So obviously, whenever you have 2 people and the dog both found, dead in the house, no immediately suspicion of foul play.
Right.
This is kind of what my mind jumped to, a carbon monoxide poisoning incident. And how does that happen? Blah, blah, blah. All those things. I'm sure we'll find out over time. But at the end of the day, RIP to Gene Hackman, a legendary career and a sad way to go out for sure.
Yeah, that's something. I feel like I want to watch Unforgiven after this show.
Somebody said Gene was a former Marine. Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure he lied about his age and joined the Marines when he was 16.
Dang.
Him
and Sean Connery, man. True men. Oh yeah, he was also in The Birdcage, where he played a conservative politician with Robin Williams, 1996. Man, I haven't seen Hoosiers in that's been forever. Enemy of the State with Will Smith.
Enemy of the State is fucking pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
The Firm with Tom Cruise. Yeah, he's
I don't That's from a book, John Grisham
Right.
book, The Firm, and I actually really do like that movie. It's like early '90s Tom Cruise.
The people that read the book didn't like the movie, kind of thing, because it was like they really changed a lot of it. But I didn't think the movie was terrible either.
Yeah, like it's not like I have a huge attachment to the book, as it were. I have read the book. I did
Right.
like the book. I like the movie too. They did a TV show, The Firm, in like late 2000s, early 2010s, something like that, with Josh Lucas, maybe. But I think that got canceled, unfortunately.
Oh man, he was in the Poseidon Adventure. Was that about the Chad? Will have to help me out. Was that about the cruise ship that turned upside down and they had to escape while it was sinking slowly? Or
Poseidon?
no?
Yeah.
Was that movie? It came out in 72.
Oh, wait.
Um,
They did a remake of that
they
too, right?
did do a remake, yeah,
Yeah.
but like that was yeah, it was about a cruise ship that I believe that turned upside down and they
I'm
had to
pretty sure the
figure out their way
remake of
out.
that is the one where the guy does the comically large binoculars. Hold on.
Richard Dreyfuss was in the remake, I believe. So it's like a giant tidal wave hits the boat, turns it upside down, and slowly begins to sink, and they're trapped inside, and they've got to figure out a way to get out. So that's the Poseidon Adventure. I'm sure someone in the chat will correct. Oh, also he was in Absolute Power with Clint Eastwood. It was about a thief. I remember that film. I haven't seen these. Man, some of these are great films that I haven't seen in quite some time. He was a voice actor in the movie Ants.
Jay's just going through the whole catalog.
I got him pulled up, man. I'm just like, taking a trip down memory lane.
Taking a trip down memory lane.
Yeah, there.
Well,
Yeah.
R.I.P. Gene Hackman, and to his wife and to their dog.
Yeah.
That sucks. That sucks. Mad Max for 2. R.I.P. Gene Hackman, Hollywood icon and legend. Indeed. Slick Rick for 2. Late gay, unwiped, and no shower. Taker for 2. Enemy of the State during Will Smith's peak. And we mentioned Enemy of the State. That one's good. Shadow Saiyan for 5. Hail the Slodo. What does that mean, Jay?
I have no idea.
Who's the Slodo?
Talking about me? Maybe.
Yeah, potentially. Empty-headed for 199. I agree with Josh.
Yes.
Who the fuck is Josh?
That's pretty good.
Tim C. Late in Slodo. Thanks, Tim C. Andy plays games for 2. Tried the J method this morning. I give it a 1 out of 5.
All right. So after 2 days of internet bullying, decided to make some changes to my morning routine.
Jeremy has nothing to talk about, right? So he just keeps replaying that clip of you and laughing.
Yeah. So I appreciate the bullying. It works. Now I've got to convince Dan to change because he liked that routine. He agreed with my routine. The routine now is brisk walk, coffee, bathroom, wet wiping. All right. Shower and Gold Bond. That's the routine now, okay? It's working great. I appreciate all the bullying. You guys have changed my mind. The redemption arc should be happening. It started yesterday, so I appreciate all the support, love, and hate. Obviously, a lot of people were making a lot of money off that clip, except for me, because apparently people were sending tons of super chats talking about me to other people, except my live streams. And then happened.
I didn't make any money off of it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I hope you do. I hope you do.
Dude wipes for the win, Jay, just for the record.
Yeah. Well, the other thing, too, is, let me just say this. I got a wonderful message, and if you're in the chat, I really appreciate it. Person took time, and I'm going to paraphrase it. Basically saying, I really can't stand you on daily. You had absolutely nothing to G&G. You derail the streams. I really like Ryan when he has stuff to say, and all you do is laugh at stuff that's not even funny. I hope Jeremy replaces you. So I was like, maybe I need some time to reflect and just make a big change. Maybe I'll just start changing things up. I'll have a little more intelligent conversation. I won't burst out into laughter as much. And maybe I'll get rid of the green screen tomorrow, dress a little nicer, and make this show a little more professional. So maybe I'll change everything. Maybe I'll just stop going, we'll change the content up. I don't know. Be more intellectual conversation. Starts today, man. There's a change. So thank you all for bullying me for 2 days, sending tons of money. I appreciate that there's so many men out there that are concerned about my butt. I hear you. I see you, and I've made the change. Thank you.
Be the change you want to see, Jay. You
started
got this,
with the
buddy.
man in the bathroom mirror.
You're teaching him to wipe his butt?
Exactly.
Dan Vask, Super Vask 3D for about $3 American. Jay's a sellout. It's not surprising that Dan was totally down with that because Dan is in a third world country where they're toilet paper is probably a luxury there. So kind of makes sense. Yeah. Thank you, Dan. A Marcellus for 5. What is Clark Kent doing here? Where's Jay? Is he safe? Is he all right?
All right, I'm changing things up, man. I got to change things up.
You do look different today, like a new man.
Alex McCarthy. I feel clean.
Favorite Gene Hackman roles: Superman and Replacements. He was in Replacements. Joker's disciple: Gene, his wife, and his dog. Unwiped Jay level of sus.
I'm a new year, new me. Starting it all over. Thanks for the bullying.
Bonnie and Clyde, French Connection, The Conversation, his best in my opinion. And of course, Welcome to Mooseport. R.I.P. to the legend.
I didn't see Welcome to Mooseport, but a lot of people, they talk highly of it. So
I did see that one.
It's starring Romano. Romano's in that?
Yeah, it's Ray Romano. Yeah. I did see that. I don't remember loving it or anything, but I did see it. David Smart, I can't believe Gene Hackman family's gone. That sucks. Jay, what's the deal about not cleaning yourself? I was dying at my job. It's so weird how we have R.I.P. Gene Hackman. By the way, Jay's ass.
Yeah,
it's a multitude of super chats.
That was February, Jay. We're moving into March. Everything is clean and shiny, and it feels good. Shout out Dude Wipes.
Dude Wipes are the best, man. Those are not the wipes you showed on Cobra Cast, I don't think.
No, they're not. Those were the Publix brand special,
gotta go Dude Wipes.
Yeah, they're gone. I'm not gonna deal with it, but I appreciate the bullying. Bullying works. New me. That's it. It's changing today.
Tobias for 10. At his age, how did the family not have some sort of in-home monitoring system in case of emergencies? Even I have a CO2 detector, and my grandma's house has a whole system. She was 92. Still RIP. I don't know. Maybe the batteries ran out. I'll be honest. I haven't had a carbon monoxide detector in any of the places I've lived in for the past fucking 20 years, probably, if I'm being real. Now, I also don't often
use right?
I don't often use the heater at any place I've lived in the past 20 years or so. So that could be a part of it as well. But.
Bro, I turned on the heater for the first time in 7 years just to see. And when you don't turn it on for a long time, all that stuff in there catches on fire and the whole house stinks for the first minute. And I'm I immediately I'm just going to layer up. So.
Yeah, you got to air the place out if you're going to do that.
No more heater for me.
One of my favorite Hackman movies is The Quick and the Dead. Great actor. R.I.P.
I don't know why. I love that film. I think it was great. A little cheesy at times, but we don't have any good quick draw films. I take that back. There probably are a few that I haven't seen. So let me just not paint a broad stroke here. Let me speak intelligently and say that this is an underrated film about the quick draw. Russell Crowe, Leonardo DiCaprio, and some blonde lady that showed her coochie in one of the films. Can't remember. I think it was Sharon Stone. Yeah. So she doesn't show it in that film, but she shows it in another one.
Seamus McAnus. Jay just ignoring Denzel. Racist.
Denzel.
In Crimson Tide, maybe.
That's the first thing I mentioned. Crimson Tide and Unforgiven.
Stephen McBride for 2. Hopefully not a Chris Benoit situation. Well, I think if
we
it
would have
was,
heard
they
that
would have
already.
immediately seen foul play was at hand. That would be my guess. But thanks. Vladik Gorbanov for 5. At the end of the day, Jay learned to wipe.
Change can happen. That's how it is.
Grizzly Nightmare. You look good in glass, Jay. Makes you look smart.
You know what's weird? This company sent me I don't know why it looks hazy like that. Like the tint. They sent me 2 pair. This one's even darker. But when I wear them both, Ryan's
like getting ready to race a fucking motorcycle.
Yeah, I know. It's like when I wear them both, it looks the same. Like the screen looks the same.
To you, it looks the same.
Yeah, so I'm I don't know what the point is. Maybe to look stylish. Oh, speaking of styling, if you're in the chat, Tommy, I really appreciate it. I went to the P.O. box yesterday. He sent me these. He sent me a brand new pair of Jordans. So I just wanted to say thank you and show it off. I've been getting a lot of butter dishes lately. I really hope to get about 50 butter dishes now because I'm starting to enjoy the collection. And I will do an entire video if I get 50 butter dishes on the collection. But the dude just came out and said, I got to keep you styling, Jay. So send me a pair of Air Jordans. Thank you. So that was pretty cool.
Garrick Garuk for 5. I don't deserve to die like this. I just built a house. Deserves got nothing to do with it.
Unforgiven.
Russian Lollipop for 199. Hi, boys. Favorite G&G duo. Jeremy and Beardo can't compete.
Oh, thank you.
Low bar. Storm Shadow 3 for 5. Gene Hackman will always be the world's greatest criminal mastermind. R.I.P. R.I.P. indeed. Sergio Garcia, I agree with Slodo.
Sure.
Blue Shell says Slodo equals Beardo from Mario Kart.
Oh, okay. There you go.
But Jay just heard somebody say slow and thought they were talking about him.
Thought they were immediately talking about me.
Andre CR. Joe, stop your jihad against toilet paper. Hail Slodo, the Saspanage. What?
No, I don't have anything against toilet paper. I actually have a stock full. So thanks for the bullying these past few days. It worked.
I feel like if I don't watch every fucking Tuesday night's main event or Mario Kart stream, I don't know what the fuck
I don't even know what that means.
Hail Slodo, the Saspanage.
We wiping over here, everyone. Let me just make a full announcement.
Mike Steele for 5. Here's a little something for Jay's Bidet Fund. Get a bidet. Your beehole will thank you. Toilet paper is sandpaper. Makes you strong,
appreciate it.
Makes you tough.
I did see some on Amazon that could easily just hook it up. So we'll see what happens. I'll keep you updated.
Andre CR, who watches this crap for intelligent conversations. What the fuck?
Apparently a lot of people do, because you should see the DMs that I get from people about how I wrecked this show with Ryan.
Deeds, Minnesota for 5. Don't bow to the bullies, Jay. Be yourself. Just don't share your bathroom routine. I don't know why you said it. It's not like I was inviting you to.
No, it was. I think I was reading something on Twitter about toilet paper it being so expensive, and it just kind of triggered a memory from the lockdowns when people were buying. You remember when people were buying all the toilet paper, and it was not one person said, man, if for God's sake we ran out of toilet paper in this country, could you not just wash yourself? So I thought it was funny. Hey, man, you say things, you get memed, you get laughed at. It's part of the job. I'm glad people had a good time. Everybody's laughing. And a lot of people made a lot of money, except for me. So I'll just put it up to Canadian Bear, Frank Gore, Savvy's Bush. What else have I said that people can't seem to let go of. So
I don't know. I'm not going to lie. So I was one of the people that was watching all of the COVID stuff that was happening in China before it became like a worldwide thing. And I saw some wild videos coming out of China. I'm like, this shit is going to be bad. People are going to be panicking. And I went out and I got fucking a shit ton of toilet paper. I got a bunch of like rice and non-perishable food and stuff like that because I didn't know what was going to happen. And this was like 2 weeks before the real panic set in and they started doing lockdowns and everything. And then it finally gets here. I'm like, well, this is just a fucking cold. Like,
yeah,
that was
right.
kind of all for nothing. But I didn't have to go out there to rush for toilet paper.
Yeah, look at Floyd here. You're too soft to be on G&G, man. Just leave. P word. Yeah.
My boy Floyd.
You're probably right.
Matt Stranger for 5. Beardo stream crashed during Mario Kart. Chat was brutal on him after that. Beardo probably needs a hug.
Somebody can hug him.
Or a soft toilet paper roll.
I'm too soft to be here.
Jay's secret abandoned Asian wife for 5. I've done Jay's laundry. He no wipe and he leave brown streaks.
Wow.
He's sloppy showerer.
That's why I left you, because you're spilling all the tea of our relationship.
That's right. Get the fuck out. Giggles and bits for 2.
Get those hoes out.
We're wiping the crack clean and starting over.
That's it, man. It's a new day. New me. New year. In March.
A taco for $1.99. Your bidet's on back order. Jay, Ryan, want one? I'm good. I've got a good routine.
Oh, someone please send me a bidet to my P.O. box. That would be great.
Gen X memories for 5. Best ever Hackman scene was in Mississippi Burning when he put the squeeze on Michael Rooker's nuts in the Good Old Boys Club. Total badass scene. The Trillist banned the guy that wants Jay to change. Be you, Jay.
I'll be me. I just,
let's not get too gay here. All right.
Yeah, I'll just tone it down a little bit.
If Jay wants to improve himself, he can.
Yeah, it's a life journey experience,
Screw them, JBU. Ryan haircut. Hail to 199. No, I did not get a haircut. Jessica Lynn Storm racism. What does Jade's chair smell like? I want to find out.
Pretty clean, probably Gold Bond powder, to be honest.
Jay, Asians have a no white policy. They have garden hoses installed to wash themselves. Might be something to look into.
No, I think I'm going to go the American route. I'm Team America over here, but thank you.
Mad Max, Gene Hackman is a blind man in Young Frankenstein. Zebra Kaki for 5. Jay Shower Drain is writing Achromatic Chronicles Brown.
See, you made Ryan laugh. It's all part of a day's job. Shrek, hey, the trailer for Shrek 5 just dropped.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's watch it. Shrek 5 was teased at the very end of the last Puss in Boots movie, Puss in Boots Last Wish, which is a great freaking movie, by the way. But yeah, if they just dropped a trailer for that, pull it up.
I'm going to pull it up.
Pull it up, Jay. Let's watch it.
I have a lot in common with Shrek. Here, Shrek himself posted it. He only follows 4 people. I wonder who that is. All right, here we go. Everybody ready?
A real teaser. Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, Magic Mirror, who's the fairest of them all? Why, Shrek, of course.
Ah! Ew, Dad.
Ooh, Mommy like.
Who's making this stuff?
Not me!
Whoa! Shrek 5, starring Mike Myers, Eddie Murphy, Cameron Diaz, and Zendaya? Oh, damn. Only in theaters. Christmas 2026.
Zendaya is the female Pedro Pascal. I mean, she's in everything, just like Pedro Pascal.
Her name gets attached to a lot of stuff.
Everything.
I mean, it sounds like she's going to voice the daughter or whatever, if I had to guess. But
there's the daughter. Got the nose ring, the different hair. Dad's gross. Mom's happy.
I love that they did the magic mirror thing right when Disney is getting set to release Snow White, though.
Snow White,
It's actually really funny.
I liked all the Shrek films. I thought they were pretty funny.
Some are better than others, but overall, I like the series.
Shrek 2 is, I think Shrek 2 was probably my favorite.
Shrek 2 is pretty good.
Yeah, there you go. One last run for the good old
Maybe one last. We never know. Maybe it's more than one. Yeah,
And
overall, I think they've done a pretty good job with that. Like I said, the last Puss in Boots movie was a really good movie. Like,
Yes.
even for adults to go see, I still think it's a really good movie. So,
Very true.
Shrek 5 coming next year. While
Wait, what
taking a
else is
shot at
coming next
Disney.
year? What would it be in competition with? Maybe a Star Wars movie? Oh no, it said Christmas, so I guess not.
An Avatar movie, or is Avatar coming out this year?
Avatar is this year. So
You
supposed to
excited
be
for that?
like they did an interview with Cameron about Avatar 5, and he just said basically he said don't get attached to anyone. It's like it's very brutal. So maybe they're gonna kill off all the stars.
Well, James Cameron went on like a Trump rant recently, right?
Yeah, well, allegedly there are these reports out there that he's trying to like move out of the country because of Trump, but
I just know I saw this the
Yeah,
other
there
day.
it is.
Filmmaker James Cameron mourns Trump's reelection. It's
horrific and sickening.
Sickening. Avatar director James Cameron is mourning his reelection of President Donald Trump as he seeks citizenship in New Zealand. It's horrific. It's horrifying, like watching a car crash over and over.
Wow.
He told to the fucking news podcast. He's going on some big time ones right there.
Yeah.
I see a turn away from everything decent. America doesn't stand for anything, but doesn't stand for what it's historically stood for. It becomes a hollow idea, and I think they're hollowing it out as fast as they can for their own benefit. We're all in this together globally. I don't know if I feel any safer here in New Zealand, but I certainly feel like I don't have to read about it on the front page every single day, and it's just sickening.
Well, I love your films, good sir, but don't let the door hit you with the good Lord split you. Get the freak out. And set an example and get other people out of the country that don't want to be here either. Goodbye.
Yeah, we're fine if you guys take your talents to South Beach, as it were, except get the fuck out of the country. I have no problem with that.
Bro, you know who else passed away this week?
Michelle Trachtenberg.
Dude, I completely forgot. I'm going to, do you mind if I share something?
Yeah. Is it from Eurotrip?
Yeah, I completely forgot she was in Eurotrip.
Bro, I had a huge crush on her in Eurotrip when I was like in high school or whatever.
Dude, that movie is so it's still funny to this day, man. That movie is hilarious. So, if you haven't seen Eurotrip, I highly recommend it. Especially like when they're on the train ride and they get molested. Like it's just all that stuff was so freaking funny.
Yeah, she was only 39, and apparently, I don't think it was like necessarily revealed publicly, but apparently she had just had a liver transplant recently.
Yeah,
and they're suspecting that had something to do with what had happened to her, obviously. But 39, that's even too young to go for me. Like I want to make it to 50 and then check the fuck out. 39, that's only a couple years from now for me.
She was also I'm not really sure. She also was in Buffy as well.
Yeah,
and,
she was.
Some other things, but yeah, Eurotrip is a freaking cult classic film. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. I think it's anyway. I thought I should watch that again.
Someone says she was vaxxed too. Well, I think the liver transplant problems may have been the bigger issue, but who knows? I'm not a doctor. I'm sure you guys are though. All right, where were we? Where did I leave off? Three Amigos is the best quick draw movie, says Jason Yankovic.
You are correct, sir. You are correct. That's why I readjusted my statement. So,
I don't know if this is low or IO. I never know. For £2, the USS Jays defeated the Klingons near Uranus.
I have, and it feels good. So thank you.
McCready for £5. Hackman best movie, The Conversation, 1974. Coppola directs. It's about a surveillance man. Incredible acting.
I have not seen that film.
I've seen that one, to be honest.
I haven't seen that one either.
Theseus Minor. I used to wipe like Mike. Now I save and spray away like Jay.
That's the old Jay, but if it works for you, God bless you.
The Mass Marvel, Unwiped Jay, greater than new lame Professor Jay. You kind of are giving off Professor Hulk vibes right now, Jay.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll change my shirt and I'll get rid of the green screen tomorrow. Let's see how people enjoy it. If I'm on daily, maybe I get the call saying, "Oh, we don't want you back on because all you do is laugh."
Blue Shell draw 4 for 5. Beardo mispronounced sea sponge and pronounced it sasponage as to sound like espionage.
Checks out.
How the fuck? Well, glad he's reading super chats. Mo Zamboni for 2. Miss Teschmacher. RIP to the best.
Isn't it? Yeah, Miss Teschmacher. He would yell that in like the first Superman film.
Oh yeah, I didn't even get it when I was like reading it the first time.
Oh yeah, Miss Teschmacher. When she helps Superman get the kryptonite.
He's a good Lex, man.
Yeah. Did you like that he because he had a wig on, like we all knew Lex was bald, but he that was obviously his real hair, but then they kind of played it to where it was like, holy crap, look at that avatar. Is that a tree? Look at that wood.
I hope it's tree. Chad McThundercock for 5. Glad to see your turnover new Leaf, Jay. People watch G&G expect nothing less than tasteful commentary. Potty humor's lowbrow.
I agree. So I'm making that change. Thank you.
Chibi Awashan for 2. Beardo read wrong sea sponge and said sasponage.
Checks out.
Jay never changed. We love you. Wipe how the hell you want, says Raiden Roach.
Oh, man. Appreciate the love.
Infamous for 7. Gene died believing Jay washes the poo-poo off in the shower. You couldn't have changed a day sooner for the man.
Yeah, it's a little... See, that's what I'm saying. A lot of money coming in about that topic.
Tobias for 5. And now we have 2 deadly diseases active. Measles is back and already killed a kid. Plus that new one in Africa that turns deadly after a few hours. Well, most of these disgusting diseases come from people having sex with animals, Tobias. So I'm begging you, don't be part of the problem. Okay? Don't be part of the problem. Be part of the solution. Neil Horn, I support good old Jay.
Oh, thanks, Neil.
Ministry of Wrong Think. Ryan, how does it feel knowing the guy who doesn't wipe got to hang out and get a picture with Brie Larson and you didn't? I know that I'm all that she cares about in her heart. So
yeah, she didn't care about me. She was very nice, though.
Average welder for 5. Jay, fuck the haters. Real ones like you for you.
There's not too many real ones left, though. That's the problem.
Raiden Roach 5. Your tapeworm even gave money to G&G to make fun of you. You need to start trademarking this shit.
Yeah, I know. Like the list goes on. I can't even keep up.
Bruce Leroy Jenkins for 2. Dropping this deuce in honor of Jay learning to wipe.
Man, I appreciate it. I feel, it's a hero's journey. We're making it.
Wiley for 2. Never change, Jay. You're a gem.
You know what, though? It's true. Like, reading all these messages, it's like, you gotta adapt and grow. And, it's just.
Yeah, I just never read anyone's feedback.
It's just part of the journey, I guess.
Storm Shadow 3. Jay can't be the Jeremy Bourne Jay can be the Jeremy Bourne of G&G. Sell Jay's wipes, Jay's powder, Jay's flamethrower. The kids love it. Jay's a marketing genius.
That's very intelligent. Thank you.
Russian Lollipop. You think James Cameron's leaving because of the Epstein list? I've never heard of him being attached to anything like that necessarily, but I would put it all more likely because he's been a known
Hollywood weirdo. They're all weirdos, and they all read the same talking points. Orange Man bad, and I got to leave the country because I'm scared. I hope he takes a whole bunch of people with him.
I don't even necessarily think it's because he's scared. I think it's I don't want to live in this country if Trump's running. That type of thing.
Yeah, let him go. Then get out.
Clyde Dash is 5. Don't forget to get a Vindicta hat or shirt.
Oh yeah, you only got 10 days left. I really appreciate it. And there's only a few left. They only printed out 1,000 of them, so get them before they're gone. Thanks for the plug, Clyde.
A Money Wilson for $1 over on local says fear the slow dough. Grabthar's hammer for $10 over on locals. When Jay's house gets toilet papered, he's like, sweet, this will last me months, and starts to collect. Never change, buddy.
Thank you.
This was like the third time EFAP has talked about an actor, and they died the next week. Well,
I ought to tell you.
I remember Beardo killed Pete Rose that way. Beardo brought up Pete Rose and was talking about Pete Rose, and like 12 hours later, he fucking died. So it can happen. Bad curse. Don't talk about any actors ever again, Jay, unless you want him to die. By the way, Pedro Pascal's in a new movie.
Yeah.
Ian H for
Zendaya,
$5.
She's in everything.
Jay, we enjoy you here, so stop crying like a girl. Next thing you'll tell us is you're linking cycles with Savvy.
What the heck? Am I crying? I'm advancing. There's no crying here. Make as many jokes as you want. That's what we're here for. Have fun with it. I see many people reacting to that no wipe video. I hope they make a lot of money. I'm not like trying to cancel it or cease. Like, it is what it is. Next thing I'm going to do is a Batman review.
Maddening for 5. Hackman never gave less than 100% a true loss. Godspeed.
That I agree with.
Orangutan for 1. Jay's the best of us. His shower eats the poo-poo.
Yeah, not anymore. We've moved on.
Ministry of Wrong thing for 5. Jay reminds me of that old Tariq Nasheed music video, Wash Yo Ass.
You really care about my butt, and I appreciate it, but it's kind of weird.
Insomniac for 2. Bat 21 was one of my favorite Gene Hackman films.
Haven't seen that one either.
Mad for $10. Ryan, apparently Marvel, in honor the 50th anniversary of Giant Size X-Men, is going to retcon major events of the past 2, not only include Miss Marvel, but make her the main protagonist. House of M, Age of Apocalypse, Dark Phoenix Saga were all mentioned to be involved. Very strange. But I mean, speaking of that, because of the Star Wars news that's been around, Jay, a lot of people are talking about Kevin Feige, because with the report that's been running around all the trades the past couple days about a potential Kathleen Kennedy exit from Lucasfilm, a lot of people obviously have guesses about who it could potentially be to, if she does step down, to take her place. And one person has been talked about a lot besides the other Fs. And I don't mean that in terms of F slurs, although I kind of do with Dave Filoni. But with Favreau and Filoni's name being thrown out, Kevin Feige's name is out there as well. Disney Insider's predicting a marvelous successor to the Star Wars empire. And Kevin Feige's name has been thrown out there a lot over the past few days, with people in the industry guessing as who might end up being there for the job. And to me, it's so ironic that if this was announced in 2019, could you imagine this, Jay? If in 2019, after Last Jedi, Solo, Rise of Skywalker, disasters, if it was announced, even with maybe the bad taste that Endgame left in some people's mouths in a way, if this had been announced that Kevin Feige was coming from Marvel to take over Star Wars, can you imagine the hype that would be surrounding an announcement like that? But
did they not make that announcement
later? And it feels a little bit different, doesn't it?
Yes. There was like stories out there that he was going to get his own Star Wars movie or stuff like that. There was like all kinds of like stuff going out about him, but he will not save Star Wars whatsoever. And if he wants to tarnish whatever legacy he has back, yeah, let him take over Star Wars. But nothing will save it. Like there is no one that I could think of. Not even George. The George Lucas conversation is stupid. But like there is no one I could think of.
Shit. He's not
that could come in and save this franchise. It literally just needs to stop for like 20 years and let another generation rediscover it, and hopefully they'll discover the good stuff about it and build it from there. I did say what's interesting is I did say the same thing about Transformers, right? I thought Transformers was over. I'm a huge Transformer person. I love the G1 stuff. I was like, well, you know, they'll never bring any of that stuff back. But the Skybound like took over those IP, like they licensed out G.I. Joe and Transformers. And the Skybound Transformer comics have been some of the best Transformers media I have read in probably forever. It has been fantastic. So maybe there is someone out there that could but no one in Hollywood that I know of that could take that IP and do anything with it. But definitely not Feige. I mean, like he's a disaster. Look what's happening to Marvel right now. It's just
it's so funny because you have people calling for him to step down and be done and over at Marvel, while other people are like, you know what, he might be a good replacement over at Lucasfilm. And again, if this had been 6 years ago, people would have gone nuts over this idea of the guy who had led the MCU all the way through its 3 phases would come over to Star Wars and try to fix what had been broken. But it feels a lot different now. Now, I do think that they want to change things around with Marvel. They know how badly they've fucked up in a lot of ways, and we'll see what happens in the next couple movies. But there might be too much damage done to that franchise to turn it around with the characters that they have left in the way that they're going to try to use them. But
you know,
I do know that Kevin Feige is a Star Wars fan. I know that Kevin Feige cares about Star Wars. I know that he wanted to do a Star Wars movie, and that Kathleen Kennedy specifically shut it down. She didn't want it to happen. So there might be an axe to grind there. I don't know.
I do know what's interesting is that when you listen to the Disney earnings call, and over the past year, when they, or even like last year, when they talked about, people would ask questions about, hey, some of your movies ain't doing so well. They would always pull from like the 3 films that did amazing. They'd always bring up Avatar 2. This past one, they brought up Deadpool and Wolverine, and they brought up the Spider-Man one. They never really addressed the problem. It's almost like they're over there saying, well, we could put out a couple stinkers as long as we have one that does really well, and we'll just keep moving. So they never really addressed these problems. The Lucasfilm thing should have been addressed years ago. I mean, after the rise of, you could literally see the bar graph going in the wrong direction after a couple of like either the shows or even the money that the films were making. That should have been addressed a long time ago, but they didn't. So they probably won't address this. And the way that Disney works, they just reshuffle people back and forth. So maybe he will be the guy that's been put in charge. I don't know. But at this point, it's going to be laughable. I'm going to go on record and say if Kennedy leaves this year, with a big if, they're going to find some other woman to replace. She will be replaced by another woman. That's what I'm saying. They pushed hard to turn Star Wars into a girl brand, and I just think they won't change. I think they will keep pushing that girl brand with the Rey movie coming out and all that stuff, and they'll blame everybody else but themselves, and that'll be the end of it. Yeah.
Well, look, there's a lot of female energy.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's
positions
just,
at Star Wars.
And you're right. Dave Filoni's the biggest female of the bunch.
Yeah, including this big old bitch right here, Dave Filoni. Fucking cowboy hat.
Who is that? Pippa Anderson? Who the freak is Pippa Anderson? Why don't you put her in charge?
Senior Vice President of Post-Production.
Post-production. Even these guys don't look masculine. I'm sorry. Dong Chang. Is that what his name is? Dong? Oh, Doug.
Doug Chang's actually been around for quite some time.
I apologize.
Quite some time.
It must be these glasses. I don't know.
Yeah. We'll see. Again, like you said, it's an if it happens. And if it happens, it's not some victory. It's not some celebration. She'll ride off into the sunset with a thank you, a congratulations, and we appreciate you so much. Not being fired for destroying Star Wars.
Yeah.
If and when this happens. Because the bitch is getting old. The bitch is getting old.
Look.
What?
This gave me a little chuckle, everyone. Thank you. The little memes out there.
I'm telling you, yeah.
I need to get like the what do we have here? Like
cardigan
sweater, a cardigan, yeah, a cardigan and a gray t-shirt just to finish out the look. All right.
Neil Horn, I support good old Jay.
You read that, but thank you again.
Oh, sorry. Bruce, did I read this one?
Yeah, you did.
All right.
But I appreciate it.
Wiley for 2. Never change, Jay. You're a gem.
Oh, it's positivity, man. Let's all be positive and move forward. It's good. It's a good thing. It's a good thing.
Grizzly Con for 5. First chat off topic, but my wife and I were talking last night. Why the fuck hasn't Warner Brothers made a true detective style series with Harry Potter in his horror years?
Ooh.
You know, I think that I think that if they were going to do some sort of spinoff like that, one, I do think they want to focus on the Harry Potter stuff because they had Fantastic Beasts, and I think they realized that without the Hogwarts Harry Potter element of it, it was probably not going to be as successful as they expected. I think if they do a spinoff type of thing, I would not be surprised if at some point we get a Marauders spinoff series that takes place, 20 years in the past or whatever. I don't know.
So Universal Studios just added, I don't know if you're going to get one, Ryan, maybe not. Universal Studios just added a brand new Harry Potter wand that is very interactive, will be very interactive at Epic Universe, and you get points. And you can turn those points in for all kinds of special limited. They haven't released the list yet, but they're changing it all up. So the more you interact with your wand, the more points you might get for collectible stuff.
Well, that's cool. I guess it depends on what the wand looks like and whose it is, whether I want it or not.
Yeah. It's 4 exclusive. The first ones are going to drop as 4 exclusive, very different theme park design ones. So interesting.
Well, speaking of Universal and Harry Potter, there was a story that came out just the other day. And Jay, you know me, there's nothing I hate more than old people who can't walk clogging up the lines. Okay. Apparently that happened, and that person's now getting $7 million.
I did not even know this story. As a theme park person, I feel ashamed that this didn't come across my desk to do reporting on it.
It came across my desk probably because they know how much it would make me mad. Woman injured on Universal Studios Harry Potter ride is awarded $7.25 million.
That's crazy.
A federal jury has awarded $7.25 million to a 74-year-old Arizona woman for a spine injury she suffered in a fall while exiting the Harry Potter and Forbidden Journey ride at Universal Studios Hollywood. Maybe that's why you didn't hear it, Jay, because it's the one in California. Pamela Morrison was getting seated on the popular attraction with her grandson in September 2022 when she was asked to exit after her harness failed to secure properly. Probably means she was fat, if I'm guessing. That's what that means. She was too fat for the ride.
That's
my guess for Pamela Morrison.
That's a very good guess.
Morrison, who's fat and old, then slipped and fell when stepping from a moving walkway onto solid ground, according to her lawsuit.
Okay, let's explain. So when you get on the ride, it moves very slow. And then you have to step on a piece of ground that doesn't move. So it's like you're on a conveyor belt. And if you fall on that, you're correct. You probably are obese. And you
probably are uncoordinated.
Move your leg very well. You should have gotten in the tester seat. That's why they make tester seats, so you don't embarrass yourself and do something like this or hurt yourself.
Her attorney, Taylor Cruz, argued Morrison's fall, which caused a spinal compression fracture, was due to employees' failure to halt the moving walkway and allow the fat old woman to exit safely.
Wow. What?
It would have cost them 4 seconds to stop it, but instead they wanted to keep the ride moving no matter what to make its quota of 1,800 riders per hour. Wow. Lawyers for Universal argued Morrison was so focused on her grandson, not where she was stepping, so the fall was her fault. After a 3-day trial, the California jury deliberated for 4 hours before finding Universal responsible. She was awarded $250,000 for future medical expenses, $2 million for past pain and suffering, and $5 million for future pain and suffering. I don't know if the old fat woman's going to get to spend all that $5 million, but there you go.
That there has been some interesting lawsuits that have come out of the theme parks that never get any news traction. Very much the same thing. Somebody rode the Peter Pan ride and decided it gave them severe trauma. The Peter Pan ride has been around before I was even born.
Yeah.
And it goes super slow. And it's like they gave us some trauma, so they're trying to get $1 million out of that. Somebody was in line for some kind of crazy, some long line. They were in line for like 2 hours, and they couldn't hold it. So they went to the bathroom. They peed in the line, and somebody sued because they didn't let the person out of the line to go to the bathroom, which I think they lost that lawsuit. I'm paraphrasing. I don't have the exact thing. That happened a few years ago. So I've ridden that ride 1 million times. You've ridden that ride too. You get in and it's like it's inside the castle. It kind of moves you around. Like
I don't like those ones because I'm fucking old now, and that 3D shit makes me a little dizzy sometimes. I
Right,
should
but
too.
I don't remember anyone that I know having a problem getting off that thing. It's just
She's old and fat. That's what it
it's just
is.
very slow, and you just kind of step off.
Wish I got $7 million for being old and fat.
Man,
Orangutan for 199. Jay, talk about Ryan Johnson.
he didn't get his trilogy.
Thomas Witted. Jay, don't listen to the haters. You too.
Oh, it's not like listening. It's more like just adapting. So I appreciate it.
Captain PKC for 5. Scotty doesn't know. Scotty doesn't know. Don't tell Scotty because Scotty doesn't know. Classic.
Euro trip.
Guitar Lord for 2. Hackman was the definition of gravitas. Basket City. I agree with Jay.
Thank you.
Snacks for 2. Jay doesn't wipe. Gets a call from Neil Gaiman.
Pretty funny.
Does this really make a difference? The only things of Lucasfilm that were spared from Kathleen Kennedy are Strange Magic and Howard the Duck. Brian Dunham for 2. My favorite Gene Hackman film, Enemy of the State.
Great film.
Golden Nuggets for £5. Jay, does it feel good when the caca runs down your leg in the shower? Maybe it's good exfoliant.
Bro, that's disgusting. And why would you even send that? Why do you even want to know that? Number one, like that's wild.
John Papaserio for 199. Joke is wild. Joke is a little bit wild. Let me make sure I unstar these. Now, because Jay's been getting so much love on this stream, I feel like it's only appropriate if Jay finishes off the stream. And also, I have to go appear on Side Scrollers in about 2 minutes. So, Jay, we got a couple more super chats to read. We're all caught up on local and we're all caught up on Rumble. And I will be back with my good friend Jay tomorrow.
Yeah, with a all new layout.
Won't be wearing these Hulk glasses.
Probably will.
So you want to keep around just solo Jay, send more super chats. But
yeah,
I will talk to all you guys later. Thanks for holding it down, Jay. Bye, everybody.
No problem. It's just us. All right, let's go through. Let's see how we do this. Mad Max for 2. R.I.P. Gene Hackman, Hollywood icon and legend. Yes, R.I.P. Slick Rick, late gay and unwiped and no shot. Wait, we read these already. He said he unstarred them. Maybe he forgot that one. Rufio for $5. Gene Hackman is my top 5 actor. In my 5. Oh my God. Let's start over. I get nervous. There's like 3,000 people watching. Rufio for 5. Gene Hackman in my top 5 fave actors of all time. I'm 35 and Superman was my intro to him as a child. Made a point to watch many of his films. R.I.P. R.I.P. indeed. That was a little tongue twister. Top 5 fave. There we go. Tobias for 5. Monster Hunter Wilds is out tonight. Guess I know what I'll be streaming this weekend. I literally have no idea what you're talking about, but I hope you have a great time in whatever you're doing. Dingus really likes my butt. Calls it nice. Thank you, good sir. Please give this to Jay so we can afford toilet paper. I got plenty of toilet paper and a bunch of dude wipes. So besides, this is a Geeks and Gamers stream, so it'll stay with the business. People are texting me. Am I okay? Golden Nuggets for 5. My wand is large and pliable. It also glows in the dark. Thank you. T-Rex 007 sends $1. Appreciate it. Youper 199 for 5. French Connection. Icon is the best Hackman movie. I hear it's fantastic and I've never seen it. Are you okay, Jay? Oh man, life is good, man. Life is good. Life is good. Jay's takeover. Appreciate it. That's the end. I think I've got like 10 seconds left before the top of the hour. So I appreciate you guys. Thanks for everything that you do here at Geeks and Gamers. And I really really appreciate all the love and laughter and support that you guys do. Never change, chat. You're the greatest chat in all of YouTube. And I'll see you tomorrow, unless they kick me off for some strange reason.